Hi Nicole, this is Lori. If anyone else has stumbled across this video, this is to show my friend some of the goodies I've gathered for her so she can prepare for her school year, for preschool and kindergarten. So if you're looking for homeschool ideas, there's some of them here, but this is primarily for my friend. Okay? Alright Nicole, we have this calendar. You put in the days of the week for the whole month through here, and then those days of the month you're going to laminate, or the month, January, February, March, all that, and that sits up here. And then some of those other items, like what day is today, yesterday, tomorrow, those items can go up here on your board. Okay? And then you can put your weather bear for your bulletin board off to the side. And then the teacher who I got this all from, a retired teacher, she also had a bunch of these cards for all the different months. So we have those to go with it for you. Okay, and then for your walls, this shows the numbers 1 through 10, and then when your kids get farther than that, I have these, which are counting bugs, and they go all the way up to 20 to put on your walls. They're a little bigger than I thought, so if they're too big, I'll understand. But those are for your walls. Something else I found for you at Target, dirt cheap, in the dollar section. Okay. These are those little Lori tiles. The kids push them in and out, and they match the numbers to the number of items. Not all the pieces are there, but they'll still have fun with it. Okay. Here's your tanagrams for those printable cards that I told you about, and I have the link on my Letter of the Week Pinterest account. So you can print those off free online, and then I just happen to pick these up used from a rummage sale for you. Okay? And these are stampers. Pick out something that goes along with the book or the theme for the week. If it's a letter, like T for train, see if there's a train in here, or something else that starts with T, and let the kids stamp with them for fun. It's good fine motor. Lots of pinching, grasping. Okay? Next, here is for the Letter of the Week curriculum that you're going to print off. I already made the capital letter tiles for you on here. And then I bought the magnetic bars that you can put on the backs of them. So you get cookie sheets, and then with those printables that are part of the Confessions of a Homeschooler Letter of the Week curriculum, you can use these to build words on the sheets, on a cookie sheet. So that'll be tucked in. I'm going to let you have the fun of hot gluing the magnets. Enjoy. Oh, it's in a pocket. Okay, over here, let me move and let Lizzie zoom in here.
You don't mention names on YouTube.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. Okay, craft supplies. Can never have too much of this for the kids to play with. Here's my kids' old preschool, kindergarten paintbrushes for you. Okay, I got you a nice thing of washable paints, but eventually invest in the big ones, because you'll go through a lot of paint. More fuzzy sticks. Okay, these, with the Confessions of a Homeschooler Letter of the Week curriculum, you put little magnets on the backs of these with a hot glue gun. These can be used as markers for, like, when you're counting, you have the number 3, you put 3 of these next to it. That's part of that curriculum. So that's what I got those specifically for. In one of your before 5 in a row activities, they mentioned using these. Put numbers with permanent marker on them, 1 through 10 or whatever you're working on, and use them to clip on to a matching activity. Great idea. Painting, 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 fine motor, fun stuff. If it's weird and wonderful, preschoolers and kindergartners love it. Okay, here is stencils. Got them in the dollar section, the party section at Walmart. Can't go wrong. Old pastels that I had from years ago when I did before 5 in a row for you. Some kind of a preschool matching game I got at a retired teacher rummage sale.
It's like animal crackers.
It is. It's an animal crackers theme. Yep. Telling time cards, probably for when they're just a touch older, but I tucked them in for you anyway because we don't need them. Memory match. ABCs. This is awesome. They fish for alphabet letters and they match them on their cards. My daughter used to love this game. Yep. Okay, for when you get to telling time, a little board. It's dry erasable, and you can move the little cards on it. Okay, over here. Color sorting, size sorting, all of the above, all those activities, you can do that with these. Alphabet beads, I don't remember what it's for, but I know there's some activities that use alphabet beads. It's either before 5 in a row or it was Letter of the Week, one of the two. Jumbo crayons, better for the kids' holding. Okay, these are leftover art supplies I had. I'm tucking in for you. Tissue paper in particular, think collages with your kids. Okay, these are little animals that I got from Runnings. Okay, when you do the Before 5 in a Row book with the bunny, it'd be so much fun to have the bunnies in a little sensory tub and let the children play with them. And then when you do Play With Me, all of these animals are in that one as well. That'd be also be great for a sensory tub. And if you don't know what that is, it's a container like this with water beads or sand or something. You can make it look like a woodland scene, whatever you want, and you put the little animals in, and the children act the story out. Great activity for you younger kiddos. Okay, when we get to the book called, I'm moving, Katie No Pocket, where are you? Okay, I sent you already a bunch of Before 5 in a Row books, and the binder with all the printables, and the Before 5 in a Row book itself. This is one of the other books that I found I tucked in for you. I have an apron, it's in the wash, but I have a kid's apron that'll be going with you. These are all little critters to tuck in the pockets to go along with this story. That's one of the activities they do. Go to your thrift store, look for more stuffed animals. The kids love this. All of my kids wore this apron for weeks. They wore it around the house, and they'd haul the animals around. Okay, other 5 in a Row activities. When we do Big Green Pocketbook, this is for your daughter, and then somewhere I have just little green bags that you can use for the boys. Or you can create your own. Find something at the thrift store to go with, okay? The Red Carpet out-of-print book with Before 5 in a Row, if you're lucky enough to find it. I got this on clearance for 47 cents. It's basically a long red roll of Christmas stuff. I don't know what it's called. I don't know. But anyway, this can be your red trail like in the book that you can pretend. You can unroll it and let the kids act out the story of the red carpet. So, and I found this in a clearance section at Walmart. Always be on the lookout. Okay, Jell-O mold, puzzle with the pieces in here, just assorted. I found that item for you where you put the rubber bands on it. I'm blanking on what it is right now. The Ever Important Bob books that I mentioned to you. These are my favorite because they are phonetic. They don't do the sight word learning crud. It's purely phonetic, so I highly recommend. I grabbed these for you, but they may have some sight word parts to it. So if I were you, I would start with Starfall and Bob books first before adding in more. Okay, and along that line, here are the books for Starfall. I have all of them here for you. And they go through, you start one page is all alphabet letters with videos. The next section is short story books with all the short vowel sounds, etc. These are the books that go with that. It's free online, starfall.com. And then some other beginner books that I found. Board books for the baby, fun videos. Kid favorite songs, alphabet. You can't have enough alphabet, music type videos. Children love them. Okay, poetry. One of my favorite, Poems and Prayers for the Very Young. Can't go wrong. It's in a lot of curriculums for homeschoolers. It's a great book. If you are a Christian, I really recommend it. Another one I have, Me, a Book of Poems. And I thought I had a third one, but poetry books. Kids love poetry. And it teaches them rhyming. If they hear poetry, they understand that just like poetry, things rhyme and go together. It's easier to teach the rhyming skill if they've been exposed to it. Dr. Seuss is another great one for that. The more rhyming they hear, the easier it is for them to understand it later. Okay? Theme books. I've already sent you a ton, so I'm not going to go through all of these, but you have a topic for children. You've got a lot of boys at your house. Trains. When you do Tea Week, pull out the train books. They're very interested in their bodies. They need to be able to name their body parts. Get books like these that help them name their body parts and what they put on their bodies depending on the weather. Those are good too. Okay. Oh, that's my other poetry. And then topics. The seasons. That's a preschool kindergarten item that needs to be taught. Weather, knowing different weather patterns. Just a whole book about rain. What does it sound like? What does it feel like? That's how preschoolers and kindergartners learn. Okay, I have various wonderful books. I found these from a retired teacher. Alpha Tales, little printable alphabet books. Can't go wrong. Alphabet art activities. Take it to your seat science centers for pre-K to, I think, kindergarten. Yep. And journal prompts. This is probably a little later but I figured I'd tuck it in for you anyway because it's such a good book. Anything you have that is topical. This one teaches colors and blending colors. That's a good preschool kindergarten skill. And yes, my daughter loved that book. Yep. 5 Little Kittens, counting book. Anything that has to do with counting, monkeys on the bed, anything like that, it practices their one-to-one counting, their rote counting, and their one-to-one. More 5 in a row books. Science books. Can't go wrong. Anything on topical on animals. And remember, before 5 in a row has all those animal cards. So as you're doing the unit studies, you can bring out the different animals. As you see books like this to go along with it, if you're learning about frogs that week, read a frog book. Or put it out on a display where the children can get it. Okay? Great guide to books to read. And there's several like this. Honey for a Child's Heart is excellent too. I didn't find that one, but this is a good one too. My friend is musical. Here is songs for children for the piano. Can't go wrong. And a Christmas book because I know you're collecting them. Okay. Trying to think what other thing I missed. These are alphabet art cards. They have them on Oriental Trading. And these are the small ones, but you could probably purchase the large ones. So they're little craft activities, so you put a face or an animal associated with a letter. Okay? So I hope that gives you an idea of everything that I'm sending your way, and I hope you have a good year.